Hello, welcome to ACE Manager. Planning and Performance Focus. ACE 41. Eliminating Capacity Constraints in Retail Industry. I am talking about a well-established organization in retail, operating more than 30 large outlets, dealing in textiles of various types, with an impressive track record. The organization was making plans to grow fast and suddenly realized that it was facing severe capacity constraints. Certain innovative changes in the way the organization conducted its operations were instrumental in lifting these capacity constraints, virtually with no investment in any capacity augmentation. I felt it appropriate to share this powerful story with you. While there were many issues relating to the company's operations, I like to confine the details to what is relevant for explaining this solution. First, briefly about the company's business model. The organization operated from 5 or 6 large warehouses where it was receiving the merchandise and was distributing it to its retail outlets. It had some 8 or 9 product groups like menswear, women's wear, kids wear, saris, silks, and so on, with each group headed by a buyer. Each buyer's team would be gathering requirements from all the 30 odd showrooms, which maintains a manual record for important products, consolidated them, and once a month visited the vendors spread across the country, placed orders, and returned. When the consignments reach the warehouse and the bales are opened, buyer or his representative would be available to inspect and accept the goods. The organization deployed an ERP which was developed for retail business. After the consignment is accepted, buyer fixes the price at which product would be sold after suitable markup. Along with the goods receipt note, the system would also print barcode stickers adequate for fixing on all the individual pieces of each consignment. After this operation, stocks are segregated and dispatched to individual showrooms. During festive seasons, when the activity levels were high, warehouse capacity to hold stocks was inadequate and large number of consignments remained with the transporters, incurring demurrage. I had a chance to witness the operations at the warehouses. The barcoding system was quite elaborate and impressed me quite a bit. It included details like date of receipt, product category, subcategory, vendor identification, cost of each piece, and the marked up retail price. On random examination of some of the stocks lying at the warehouse in the racks, it was noticed that some stocks procured 6 months to 1 year ago were all still present in the warehouse. Purchase quantities fixed by the buyers were ad hoc or included future requirements. Thus, after dispatching what was immediately required for the showrooms, remaining stocks were retained at the warehouses. Immediately, an age-wise analysis of the stocks at the warehouse was sought from the ERP system. It threw up some interesting statistics. 37% of the stocks were less than 15 days old, 23% between 16 and 60 days, and 40% was above 60 days. Receiving stocks, opening bales, pricing, barcoding, and dispatch to showrooms in all took about 10 days. There was no case for any stock to be at the warehouse beyond, say, 15 days, which incidentally was 37% of the total stock when the stock was looked at. Thus, 2/3 of the stock at the warehouse was excess if procurement was to be confined to immediate needs of the showrooms. Management of the organization was advised that their warehouses were not mere godowns for storage, but were meant to serve the purpose of a manufacturing plant. So, buyers were advised to procure stocks only for immediate replenishment and, if necessary, make 2 visits in a month. Based on size of each showroom and the past few months' sale, inventory norms and reorder levels were fixed for each showroom. System alerts helped in initiating reorder quantities for all the showrooms. Such requirements were consolidated and shared with the respective buyers on a weekly basis. Once procurement was confined to immediate needs and excess stocks were liquidated, capacity situation started easing out and inventory holding at the warehouses came down to less than half of what it was earlier. This also meant enabling turnover of the organization to go more than double without any limitation. I will be oversimplifying the solution if I did not give one more detail. It related to high volumes and lakhs of barcode stickers in use. With 4 to 5 lakh pieces at each showroom of different stocks, it would not be easy to fix inventory norms for different brands. Interaction with the showroom managers showed that they were not keen on brand-wise details, but wanted each product range to be represented with adequate stocks of some of the moving brands. For example, boys pant 28-inch size, they needed say 100 pieces of any of the moving brands. We created a new term called Merchandise Category Master, MCM, and grouped the entire inventory under MCMs. Lakhs of barcodes got reduced to 10,000 MCMs, and the showroom inventory norms at MCM levels became quite feasible. With this podcast, I am concluding planning and performance focus, and we'll move on to process and governance focus. Thank you for your attention.